It's Tina Polish, your functional health coach here again. I'm here to talk with you today about important mold tests to do. At this point, you might be quite overwhelmed, but hold on, I'm going to give you tests to do. These tests will test your home, work, or vehicle and your body. Please don't think that your home is too new or can't have a mold problem. It has been shown many times from places no one knew was moldy. By the time we can see mold with the naked eye, it has already grown to a colony of millions of cells growing together. And by that time, it has already metastasized into the air to create colonies in other places. It can create health problems long before you ever see it. It can hide also in places you can't see and be in large quantities. Places like dust, carpet, hidden in the wall or ceiling cavities, HVAC and air conditioning systems, subfloors, or basements. As a cheap test, you can go to places like Home Depot to get a mold test that is like a little petri dish. Mine cost about $10. This test tests for mold in the air, and you can actually be sent to the lab to see what kind of mold it is if you want to. The lab does cost more. Mine was around $40. Another test that can be a better indication is the ERMI test. That stands for Environmental Relative Moldiness Index. It involves just collecting a dust sample and sending it to the lab. The cost is considerably more, but they generally test for 36 different species of mold. Mycometrics in New Jersey is a good place to get that test kit, but there are others as well now that you can get and find them online, and it might be good to shop around. ERMI testing can be done in one of two ways. You can use a vacuum attachment or a Swiffer anti-static cloth. This is normally done in the master bedroom or the living room in a less traveled area, like under your a desk or under your bed or somewhere like that. Based on distribution and types of mold is how they give the ERMI score. An ERMI score of 5 is moldier than 75% of American homes. For those genetically sensitive people, it should always be below +2. If you are extremely sensitive, it should be below -1. You can also do a test called a Hertz Me Too. It can be done one of two ways. You can get an ERMI test and configure it, and I'll tell you how in a minute. Or you can get it direct, like the ERMI test. The Hertz Me Too score should be below 11. Hertz Me Too is only done on 5 species of mold. You can calculate your Hertz Me Too score from ERMI test scores by adding up the scores from these 5 mold species. Aspergillus, please forgive me if I say it wrong, psilocides, Aspergillus versicolor, Chaetonium globosum, Stachybotrys chartarum, and Wallemia seebae. The total score for that should be below 11. Then there are functional tests on your body that will help tremendously to find out if you have mold mycotoxins and how and what to do to detox those mold mycotoxins out of the body. The Visual Contrast Sensitivity Test, or the VCS, can be done on your eyes to see how your ability to detect contrast is, the degree to which light and dark areas of an image differ in brightness. This test can be done online cheaply at survivingmold.com or vcstest.com. It's a really cheap but good way to see if you're making progress in your treatment, but you must take an initial baseline test to do that. The mycotoxin test can be done at home and sent to the lab. It just takes some glutathione about 24 hours or more before testing, and then doing a urine sample. Just doing the sample may not let loose enough mycotoxins from your system to show on the test. It doesn't mean that you don't have them, which is why I say to do the glutathione first. Another test you could do is the Marcon's nasal swab test. This is easy to do and send into the lab as well. The kit has a swab. Just swab one or both of your nostrils as far in as you can get them and put it in the Ziploc bag that comes with the kit and send it to the lab. It will either tell you you have positive or negative, but not the degree to which you have them. Because in mold illness, most everyone has gut problems, aka leaky gut. The GI map for gut parasites and the MRT food intolerances should also be done. These things cause more inflammation with mold illness. We don't want that. The GI map is an easy, albeit icky, stool test to do. I would take a biofilm reducer for a few days to a week before you take your stool sample and send it to the lab. These tests for a bunch of different parasites, and there are natural ways to get rid of them in most cases. The MRT, Mediator Release test, is a blood test, so you will have to go get that drawn and centrifuged somewhere. This tests for a large host of chemical and food sensitivities. It comes with a list of your red don't eats, yellow prefer you don't eat, and green okay to eat foods and chemicals. They even send a laminated card with your red and yellow foods to take to the grocery store and a rotation diet to go on, which will help you not have so much sensitivities. This is an extremely valuable test as well. If you rotate your foods according to your diet, detox your body, and reset it, you should be able to quit reacting and go back to a lot of your favorite foods. A comprehensive thyroid test is also a good idea. This one is also a blood test. Make sure you get all the parts, including free T4 and free T3, RT3, TSH, and the antibodies. This will help give a real rounded evaluation of your thyroid, which will help with knowing how to proceed with your detox. There are many more that you could do to help, but those are the best initial ones to get. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.